Welcome back to Child of Light. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most plot-heavy parts.
First, we need to defeat a random surprise boss. These really took me by surprise the first time.
Well, Teo, it's the end of the dungeon. Gotta have a boss.
True. These didn't felt more like a
dungeon. Teo, to be...
Tran Griffin.
Okay, accompanied by spirits.
Yeah, this is one of the bosses that actually gave me more trouble because it's all relying on speed. And the spirits can only get damaged heavily by light magic. Even if imbued by the light oculi, the physical attacks will not harm them that much. So you need to find a way using Aurora's magic. There we go. You were saying, Pedro? I forgot.
I was saying, well, Teo, look at the bright side. It still doesn't come across as forced as some of the bosses in Fair and Seraph.
True.
Like that when we were with Aaron and Sherman in Bowie Valley, and all of a sudden, Sherman, I'm detecting an army coming towards us, even though it's only one monster.
And also, we cannot see. Just pretend that they're there.
Technically, this game also does not show its bosses in the field. It only shows them on the actual field, I guess. But this game, at the very least, makes up for it in other parts of the visual aesthetic.
It's all It's also the presentation. This show is constructed. Actually, will be Art Engine. It's almost constructed similar to one of those. I think I already mentioned this. One of those books. That you open them and the paper falls like a scenario, you know. I forgot what's the right term. It's a little storybook that have like
branch.
No, not necessarily that. I mean, in a physical way, Jova. You open the book and I think the paper folds up and reveals like a scenario, characters here and there. I think that's the style we're going for. Despite the fact also that, as I mentioned, Aurora seemed to be the model in 3D, representing her being an outcast from another world.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Spot fight gonna go on for a while? Not that I have many complaints. The boss
it's gonna last until the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, again, I'll admit, I don't really care for games that don't show the boss's health bar from the get-go.
Well, like I said, this
pretty much express disdain for that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, it was fine back in the 80s and 90s, but now at this point, it's just the developers being stubborn.
I'm talking again, you too, Kingdom Hearts free.
Wait, Kingdom Hearts doesn't? Wait, it doesn't?
Well, we don't know yet. I'm just saying. I'm hoping that Kingdom Hearts 3 does away with that because, you know, even later games have still made it that it has to be an ability that you have to level up enough to get to see their health. And
the Kingdom Hearts has always had life bars for its bosses, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, but you have to equip the scan ability, Shiroi.
The Libra, yeah.
But you remember, you have to equip the scan ability, yeah, to be true.
And it's even more annoying in the first Kingdom Hearts game because you have to grind quite a bit to the point where you'll probably have completed a few worlds without seeing
Excuse me, that's because you picked the sword. I picked the staff, and I got scan at level 6.
Not just that, Pedro, you see. That's a guy... Not just that... Jova, Pedro, you see, that's a guy who actually never bothered to grind up with Riku.
I actually always grind with Riku, actually. Yeah. But yeah, no, but Jova's still right. I mean, okay, with Kingdom Hearts 1 was more excusable because, again, it was back in the early days and we were still coming off of the 90s. So I can understand that. But yeah, by the time Kingdom Hearts 2 came about, it was... Okay, you probably shouldn't have done this, but I can still understand. But by the time Birth by Sleep came out, okay, at this point, you're just being stubborn.
Well, to be fair, though, it's still better than in 3D, where once again, all of your abilities has to be unlocked by doing Pet Simulator.
Well, to be fair, the first 3 meter you're given already has Scan as his first ability to learn on the node. So it's not at all an issue to get scanned.
That just makes me wonder why they even bothered making it an ability.
Yeah, true. Joe has a point. By that logic, they probably should have just made it, just have the life bars be there. Nier Automata has the life bars on the bosses, and everything just works out fine. So there's no real reason for Kingdom Hearts to keep doing this. Yeah.
And if and if there
even
was
the
ever,
first year also had, so yeah.
And if there was ever one little change I wish they could have made in 1.5 plus 2.5 is to at least give us that ability. I mean to be fair, in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 they actually added in the reaction commands. Admittedly, not to the extent of 2.5, but you can now do stuff more shortcut wise with the triangle button. And you've even
in my run of
the
original PS2 version, it was a nightmare for me to activate all the different commands like Ragnarok or I forgot the
Sonic.
Not just that, guys.
Sonic.
Not just that, guys. Remember, back in the original PS2 game, in order to open a treasure chest, you have to go to the last command at the bottom and click on open. However, if there were enemies around you, the game will go into battle mode and you will not be allowed to open the treasure chest. But now, on the HD remaster, thanks to the reaction command, we can open the treasure chest while enemies are around, just like in Kingdom Hearts 2. Thank you.
Yeah, and I will admit, replaying Kingdom Hearts 1.5, well, on the 1.5 plus 2.5 with my sister, it's quite a level of difference. I mean, the frame rate's better.
Yes, it's the FPS. Are you playing on the PS4?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, on the PS4.
60 FPS, awesome.
That said, though, Deep Jungle is still way too much of a labyrinth. That just as you go around and around around, as I learned.
I have to admit, I never got that much problem. I don't know. I got to for me, it was fairly easy to memorize the pathways. Maybe it's just because I'm really good at these kinds of games. But
the problem with Deep Jungle is that they're not clear where you need to go each time, as I learned when replaying with my sister.
Not only that, Jova, it's pretty clear to me that the levels were not built entirely around the clunky platforming.
There's that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the platforming. So what, you're telling me that this one hippo will not rise up? I have to swim all the way back just to this one hippo that will occasionally sink down and rise up just to jump on another hippo?
Not necessarily that, also, Jova. It's the fact, like, in a lot of instances, whenever I jump up, so I don't feel... I feel it is too... floaty, I guess that's a better term, but at the same time, it waits, and also I don't think my jump is good enough. Like, every time I need to do some platforming, it feels at least I'm not doing the right thing.
I'm just going to say this right now.
They tone it way better in later games, thankfully.
Well, to be fair to you, there's not that much platforming in later games, but that's all.
But that's also
there's in Recoded.
Not just that. In 2, for example, your jumps control way better and allows you, combined with the abilities that you get from the fusion, to skip entirely levels in the speed of light, like if you wanted.
I'm just going to say this, though. Okay, Sora, so you can do all these cool high jumps, yet you can't grab onto the ledge of a pool of water. You have to jump on hippos. That never made sense to me back then, and it still doesn't make sense now.
I don't think it ever made sense to anybody.
We need to make set pieces, Jova, don't you know?
Surprisingly, my sister had a lot of fun playing in the Monster World with the platforming. I will admit, the Monster World is not my favorite,
Monster World?
Monstro.
Monstro. Monstro, okay.
To be fair, Joe, that's a pretty shitty name.
Basically. My sister
correct me if I'm wrong, what was the whale's name in the book?
It doesn't have.
He didn't.
Okay.
In fact, it was a shark in the original.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Go ahead.
Anyway, here we go.
Yeah, basically, my sister got introduced to the Kingdom Hearts franchise with 358 over 2 days, and she liked the characters.
Oh, the poor...
So, now she's trying to make her way back up, and...
I can imagine already her crying her ass off of Dustfire.
Like, okay, look, don't get me wrong. 358 over 2 days has its issue with the gameplay and stuff, but, okay, ignoring how different the progression is between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 358 over 2 days, I have to say, it took a lot of reassuring from me to keep her from putting down the game, but I have to give her this, she persisted. I mean, she persisted through the long intro, which I'll admit, even I wasn't a fan of the first time, because, again... That intro, again, it's nice, but I wanted to get to the Disney action. And, but I'm surprised she actually did manage to handle some things better. I guess probably because, unlike me, she actually grinds up more element as a kid. And, yeah, to be fair, when I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I was a lot younger, so I was just focusing on progressing. I never really focused on grinding up stats because it didn't seem like that kind of game for me. But for the most part, she seems to have been progressing better. Although she made that sad mistake of going to Olympus Coliseum, being fooled into thinking it's easier than Deep Jungle.
just to get back into this, basically, Jova, in this part we're going to meet 2 new characters. One of them is gonna be the bigger one will be voiced by me. And the less important one will be voiced by you. You'll know exactly what I mean when we get to it.
Oh
for,
boy!
For now, let's just say the most important one will be for me. Whereas
I forgot who's the Duke.
The Duke is you.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, you're the king. Is he the king? I thought he's king, right? Is her father?
Duke.
Is it
her
Duke?
father.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
This is happening before Easter.
Your Grace, the dam has torn asunder. The form's all uncovered. The water is goddamn this font.
Oh.
Please advise
no,
me, your humble servant.
Oh no, it's the beginning of Rockadoodle. Run away.
Sure?
Father is dying.
Oh no.
I can't believe the Duke is dead.
No, he's not dead yet.
The dam is burst. Floodwaters are rising.
You mean
Global
from
warming?
your eyes? Ha 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 ha.
Cry.
Yes.
We are nearly home. How do you know?
Well,
remember,
she
actually knows.
actually managed to get here from the mirror that's on top of his temple.
Yeah.
There. No crying.
It's like Earthbound, no crying until
All right,
the
guys, we've made it. We've made it back to the mirror that will take us back home. So yeah, we're almost done with the game.
So when do we yank the dog's chain?
What are you talking about, Jova? This is totally the end of the game. We're about to finish the game.
I mean, yeah, we just recruited a new party member, so ending game here would be perfectly stupid, so...
We're totally ending it here. Although, to be
Again,
fair...
it's the same issue I have with Saz attempted suicide in Final Fantasy 13. Gameplay and story segregation completely butchers whatever we were going through.
Yeah. Although, to be fair to you, in Superman Shadow of Apocalypse, believe it or not, you end that game before even trying to fight
Yeah,
Darkseid.
I've seen that. There you go.
Thank goodness, we are here at last. Aurora, it is time to say goodbye.
Want to tell him or should I?
Actually, that's what you're gonna do. Aurora is gonna speak to each of the party members and tell them that she has to go.
Wow, they really want us to think this is the end.
This is the end.
Even though we haven't, fought the queen herself.
Anyone who wasn't born yesterday would know that this is not the end.
Even though we're literally getting an item drop right around here.
Shh. Well,
Where's
to be
the save
fair,
point?
well, to be fair, the bait part could be in a sense that it could ask you, it will imply that Aurora continues her journey in the real world with the powers that she has. Something like, oh, the queen has actually taken over the real world.
Like the end of a prologue or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
wouldn't that
originally
be
processed
interesting?
in the original.
So you're telling me that these 11 parts have all been an intro? Lemuria!
Yes. Well, Jova, looks like Aurora's summer vacation are almost over.
Right,
no, those 11 parts would have just been the cutscene.
Oh, and of course everyone's crying, just like at the end of
God.
Wizard of Oz.
Farewell, fierce rebel.
Smack in the middle of our adventure.
Aww.
See? They're saying it.
You're leaving just like that. Again, Wizard of Oz.
But she will get a brain.
Tumble on without me. Make it even better.
But Jova, Beatrice's music is clearly telling you to be sad.
Is it? Because this has kind of been the mood the entire game with that music when you think about it.
Sad piano.
Well, Beatrice is Beatrice. Yeah, actually, I haven't talked about the composer. Actually, let me just quickly bring up her name. The composer of this game is Beatrice Martin. I don't know, me neither, but she's wonderful. So thank you, lady.
Yeah, this was one of her first works, actually. I think.
What a first splash. Anyway, go ahead.
For your return to the palace.
It's a shame that, indie-style games like this are having a tough time on Steam now thanks to Steam Direct, to the point where they are actually more comfortable working with Nintendo Switch and Xbox One.
Everything was so simple before.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but I'm pretty sure PS4 is more... I'm pretty sure Sony is more helpful with indies than Microsoft is. Remember back when the Xbox One... Remember, Joe, back when the Xbox One was first announced in 2013...
Actually, Pedro, Nintendo seems to be more into...
Well, that too. Well, I was comparing both Sony and Microsoft in this particular context.
You may want to check out Jim Sterling and Dark Lord Shadow 1's videos. These days,
I'm talking about
mainly going to our Nintendo and Microsoft. I mean, a few are going to PS4, but apparently
Nintendo's been supporting indie games for some time, mostly on the 3DS.
Well, the main reason I'm saying that is because remember back when the Xbox One was first announced, Microsoft announced.
Come on.
Microsoft announced that indies could no longer self-publish on the Xbox at this point. But obviously they later changed that. But yeah. They were planning on just dropping indies flat out.
And that's what, Ori and the Blind Forest is a remnant of that.
Yeah, basically that was then, this is now, and I don't quite know the details, but from what I'm hearing from people, apparently recently something went down between Sony and indies. Again, I'm not going to act like I know, all I just know is that I'm getting the sense that something bad happened with Sony regarding indies.
Sure. Anyway.
Any ideas, Tio?
No, go ahead, Shiro, or Pedro.
You're leaving us? What'll I do? I'm afraid.
Oh.
Could someone else lead the party?
I must go home to my family. It's as simple as that.
I must go.
My from the get-go anyway.
Apparently, yeah, Jova, but remember, goodbyes are always hard to pull.
Oh, I get that. It's just, some of them are acting like they didn't know she was leaving.
That's also, going back to Kingdom Hearts, that's also one of my problems with some of its plot. Half of it is just the character saying, oh, guys, eventually we'll need to say goodbye. I'm scared of that. Right, rinse, repeat.
I thought most of it was them introducing themselves.
Anyway, I digress, whatever. So let's just continue. Sorry.
Finn has left the party.
Only Robert remaining? There you go.
Yes.
Like, we've just had a new party member, but we're kicking everyone out.
Sure.
Good fortune, enterprising Robert.
I don't think we've spoken to Triest yet.
Yeah, I think we already did.
I'm guessing Pedro's doing it in the order of party members he added.
My venture has gone bust. Margaret, adieu.
Now I'll
take the turns of it.
Remember, Robert, she didn't care for money the first time. What makes you think she's going to care if you get even more money?
Pedro,
she's not worth rewarding.
It's love, Pedro. Like, imagine if, like, well, imagine if it had never worked out between you and Vanessa. I mean, wouldn't you be sad?
Well, yeah, I guess, but whatever. Go ahead.
Stop being ridiculous.
Ridiculous!
I would invest in you.
Get it? Because
I don't think he's thinking about that kind of investment, honey.
Moving on.
And that's it. I guess, Okay.
Wow, an incredibly sad piano for when they leave the party.
Very good, Teo.
It's the anti-jingle.
Teo?
No, that's something he said previously. Whatever.
Melancholy trysts. Do not cry.
Abandoned once more. Not a surprise.
Oh.
We all are in the end.
Well, that's a sad way to look on life.
Well, Joe, if there's one thing Coco taught me is that, yes, eventually we do all get abandoned sometime.
You want to get the prize, really read about the thermal death of the universe.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
To remain happy while we are alive.
Exactly.
This child needs a hug.
Yeah.
Yes. She's so precious.
I mean, she's on the verge of death herself. In fact, by all intents and purposes, she kind of is dead.
I live to fight on against the dark.
Oh, so you're the Riku of the party.
Sure.
You're steeped in darkness and tragedy and despair, but you fight against it all.
The colors are also a match. It's the whole red Oni, blue Oni mythology from Japan. Blue is associated with cold, sadness, and tranquility, while red is bright, anger, and happiness.
But before we move on for the mirror, first let's read some more confessions.
Yeah, that's what
we haven't read these in a while.
That's because the last couple of them actually tells a story.
Wow.
Some of them are just
gibberish. The last four, though. We're not at that part yet.
Yeah, some of them are just gibberish. Other just say stuff like this one. But the last four actually tells a story from a person that actually ventured in this world by accident. Think of it, drove like the world of Narnia, for example. Imagine if someone just stumbled into it and documented.
Hold on, I actually want to bring this up for Teo. The secret of Rome is far more than one. All they left behind of the fall on the run for Lemuria, we now must reclaim. Teo, is there something about? I wasn't aware that Rome was connected to Lemuria.
Well, you know what they say, Pedro. All roads
lead to Rome. Yeah. But I didn't think they meant that literally.
Maybe it's a metaphor of that, in a sense that Lemuria used to be connected with the real world more directly, and then someone or something cut away all the branches.
I gotta say, Pedro, I'm impressed that you predicted that we'd need this long to read this poem.
Too bad.
No, I'm saying I was...
Mr. L, eyes only.
I'm not sure anyone can even read English, so I figured this letter is safe. I found the Balthazar book after you disappeared. The police gave up looking for you, but I knew better. I followed your trail, but I didn't expect this at all. I just heard a noise. I'm worried someone's coming. I'll write more later. Sophie Ashton Ellis. So basically she figured that no one here could read English, so...
So there you go. This is the beginning of that storyline that Teo just mentioned.
Yeah.
English is such an obscure language.
Apparently this girl followed her master.
Here's another one. Go ahead, Jova.
I took a look in the stream for the first time in my life today.
Yeah.
I went under to wash my hair, and when I came back up, a small creature on the size of a rabbit was looking down at me. It was perched on the surface of the river itself. I thought Manhattan had...
Jova, you want to elaborate on this?
Alice in Wonderland in Manhattan? This place is over the moon.
Not just that. Why is Alice taking a shower in a waterfall? I don't understand.
So Manhattan's a thing in this world. Are they going for that kind of plot twist?
No. Remember, Jova. Oh god, I forgot her name. Aurora is technically the heiress of the Duke of Austria. Remember, the story was set in the real world, and the Lemuria seemed to be a parallel war that exists alongside ours.
So are they implying that this is actually happening in modern times, though?
Yeah.
Huh. So, evil sorceress in modern times.
I guess they wanted to do what Dino Kuni 2 is trying to do, in a sense that while technology progresses in one world, it remains a bit stale in the other.
Kind of like with the Enchanted movie.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong too, but the only thing we saw of the real world, the normal world in Nino Kuni 1 was Motorville. So for all we know,
talking about 2.
I know. But what I was trying
to a guy clearly comes from the real world, brings a gun from the real world.
That's what I was about to get to, though. I mean, for all we know, outside of Motorville, there's all the real world that we already know. I mean,
deepest lore. Anyway,
my big problem with this is
talking about how blatant they are with it there. Again, my point is like, so basically this happened in modern times. Interesting.
Well, not necessarily, Joe. Remember, maybe it's like the end of the 18th century.
Personally,
that's what I mean by modern times. Basically, by modern times, I mean, when basic technology and stuff like engineering and whatnot is around.
Anyway, they need
personally, I would have
separate from Vinicius.
Yeah, personally, I would have Okay.
Go on.
Personally, I would have preferred if they just gave us just straight up lore about Lemuria in general, rather than
those vague things.
It's a problem, Jova and Pedro. Remember what I said? It's in a novel.
Oh, for God. Why?
Not even Ubisoft could resist doing that.
God damn it,
this game
Ubisoft.
is so small. Why? Why try and franchise it if you're not going to make sequel games to this?
Yeah.
But to be fair, some bits are also not told you directly, but told you through visual in gaming, in the forms of statues and what the founders of Lemuria did.
There's just a bit of an issue, though. I mean, okay, look. Let's compare this to Journey, a game that's incredibly vague up until the final bout, where it's pretty much obvious that you're going life's journey. Even then, it's vague. Here's the thing, though. Journey didn't really ask too much of the players story-wise, whereas this game, I'm afraid, kind of does.
It was more so about the experience. I mean, and the story was told to us via the actual scenery and the gameplay itself.
Yeah.
It's like a Mario Odyssey, where essentially, as I call it, it's a game where you yourselves got to decide how the flow of the story could go. But in this game, not so much. They clearly have a plan here, but they're being explicitly vague about it. And trust me, unless it's done right, that sort of stuff can get agitating no matter how good the game.
Man, the only real problem I have is the confessions themselves. I think the writing is fine because, like, I've told this in the previous
I'm not saying that
part.
the writing is bad. I'm saying it's like, well, the overarching story itself is a little too vague, like too intentionally vague.
I understand that. Personally, I kind of like how they're trying to go for this whole outlandish fairy tale thing. Anyway, go ahead.
You are so good-hearted and terrible, Aurora.
You are so different than me.
You're my
some
exact
people are
opposite.
different from you, like the Portuguese man who said that about me. And no matter what you say or do,
Yes.
nothing will ever get through.
Whatever the hell that means.
Whatever the hell that means.
Doesn't that imply that we're not getting through the mirror then?
No,
Well,
we are
let's
getting into
test
the
it,
mirror.
though.
Let's
Do
test it.
not
Probably.
waste your time explaining.
Yeah, do not waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time explaining, Jova. Sorry.
Life is
Stop
too
asking
short
questions.
to be
I'm
so
going to be as vague and
accommodating.
cryptic as I possibly
So
can.
they're literally having the characters spell out why they're being vague.
No time to explain. Let's go.
I am you from the future. There's no
I mean, it's
time
not
to
like
explain.
me explaining this could possibly be important or anything.
There you go.
Let's
Those
just go.
those four statues, for example, are the founders of Lemuria.
Yeah, I just
Something
wish the game would
seems-
focus more on that, though.
Yeah, again,
Maybe
again,
a prequel.
That's
Again,
the
that's
problem.
my
We
move.
never got that.
Again,
Well,
again.
maybe we'll get.
Oh, this is important. Though,
But
so.
these doesn't look like the real world.
How did she get ahead of us?
Follow me.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's Aurora saying that. Wait, Aurora's acting a bit too knowing all of a sudden. Like,
well,
The real world went to shit.
also, how are we able to fly in the real world?
hello,
Stepmother. What?
Cordelia.
Aurora. What a surprise.
Wow.
Well, you look evil.
She's welcome to. This is the Dark Queen, Umbra.
Shira,
Oh,
you're
a
just saying that
stepmother.
because of a mascara.
Where am I? Where's father?
Meet
The king is
Umbra,
dead.
the Dark Queen, aka Aurora's stepmother. Clearly not the one that killed her father.
Yeah.
Resting his eyes.
We're still in the dream world, aren't we?
Hold her.
Oh, Jesus.
No, don't tell me Aurora sold us out.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my god.
So there you
course
go.
you did.
So there you go. That's why she was acting the way she was all throughout the
Yeah,
game.
it was your clue.
What are you doing?
Also, the fact that she was way over.
So let me guess, Nora was jealous of Aurora for getting her daddy's favor.
Basically, yeah. That's basically it.
Oh god, bitter sibling rivalries never end well.
Go ahead.
Especially
Go
when
ahead, Shirley.
royalties
Family
involved.
first, now and forever?
Yeah, about that, Aurora.
Know what they say here in Texas. Family.
Go ahead,
Shit.
Jova.
I am sorry, Aurora.
Yeah, nothing personal, kid.
You don't look sorry, really.
We are not together. So wait, why didn't Umbra just kill Nora too? Like, or why didn't she try and?
My guess is Nora decided to pledge her allegiance to Umbra, and Umbra decided to keep her because it would be useful.
And Aurora was the one chosen for
Turns
the
out
throne.
Nox is her real name.
Nox is my real name. Wait, is she her stepsister?
It's it's Latin for a knight.
You I admire, but you're not family.
Turns out, apparently she's an imposter. She's not actually the real Nora.
Oh! Well, through my blood, I am royalty.
And I am Umbra, the queen. That lowly marriage to your father was a fantasy.
So who's the dark
Fairy tale
Umbra?
stepmother, Jova. You know how this goes.
I
Evil
get that.
stepmother.
But who's the girl
This
next
is
to Umbra that
blasphemy.
was on the overworld?
That's the one. That's the one I told you that you would be playing, Jova.
Of course.
This is blasphemy. Yeah. Rude creature! I will stop the breath in your throat.
Jesus, man.
I am so confused right now.
I am evil,
try and
okay?
clarify later.
Fear me.
Well, Jova, it's not really that hard to comprehend. The evil stepmother.
No. I get that. I mean, I go, wait, hold on. So this Nora is a fake Nora?
Yes, she's a Nox. She's from Umbra's party of sorts, and she's been disguising herself as Nora to fool Aurora into coming here, which is not the path that she was meant to come.
You will see exactly how she looks like later on in the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So do we ever meet the real Nora then?
No. She's most likely already dead by this point. I am the rightful ruler of Lemuria. You are my enemy's daughter. She was killed by... Okay, let's go with this, Jova. She was killed by the Black Rocks. There we go.
So basically, this was all just a plan so that Umbra can kill Aurora in the dream, too.
Very good. She's been playing us like a damn fiddle.
What has my father done?
Umbra means shadow in Latin.
He was goody, and I didn't like that.
Basically, yeah. Who? That whole squatter.
It's
Poor
saccharin,
guy.
I hate it.
You do not know.
You don't know yet.
Your mother banished mine from Lemuria long ago, so turns out this is all just a big plan of revenge.
Yeah, this is actually also some lore bits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, Joey. Basically, this is how. Yeah, we'll go. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, my mother, she hadn't that power.
Oh, but she did, honey. Basically, Joey, here's how it goes. Aurora's mother was actually the Queen of Light, whereas Umbra's mom was the Queen of... There we go. Go ahead, you're Cordelia.
Cordelia.
At which we laid her low.
We played you like a fiddle. Ha! The fallen Queen of Lemuria was my foe.
Also, it's better explained a bit later on, but essentially, both Aurora and Umbra are direct descendants of two separate lines taken from the founders of Lemuria.
Yeah,
of course.
And so therefore, your daughter must die.
So I'm guessing that Nox was the other evil stepsister, whatever, daughter of Umbra.
Unfortunately, that something protects Aurora.
The mother's love thing. What? A protection spell?
Actually, no. It's something different.
Yeah, it's the crown. I know.
Yeah. All right, you were mentioning referring to Harry Potter. I forgot.
In her false crown, it lies.
It's just been after the Hubble.
Guard to the tower for her until she dies. That's why she's gonna starve her to death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tower.
Fine, if I can't kill you with my magic, I'll just starve you to death.
So you're resorting to the cliche means of sticking the princess in the tower.
Hey, I tried an instant kill, okay? It didn't work. In the meantime, her torture I'd advise, just because that's the evil way.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. I'll give her credit. Unlike most card-carrying villains, she actually does try to kill her when she has the shot.
Alright, so yeah, Aurora has now been imprisoned.
Game is over.
As you can tell, we fade to white.
No, it's the artistic style.
This is her having a dream right now.
With her mother.
Look at the beautiful...
Look at the beautiful...
Go. Mama, I wish I could fly.
In some parts of the world, people do. Look upon everything the light touches, my darling. You will go someday when you're ready.
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Of the past. Yes. The great queens of the past look down upon us, and we are with you. There is more to life.
Cameraman, could you get close? Cameraman, where are you going? The scene is
Cameraman.
We need to focus on the ink that's rising from the ground.
Oh no, Tio, you're telling me that this is tied into Bendy and the ink machine now?
Or maybe into Death Stranding.
Any excuse to make every screen of this game look like a pretty painting, I guess.
Aww.
Look at the art, it's pretty.
Aww.
Oh, Mama, come see.
Aurora, where are you? Aurora!
Right here, past the old couple tree.
Well, shit.
What? I am tired, Aurora.
Let me help you.
My heart. Oh, my heart. Jeez, your daughter walked a few feet away from you and you're having a heart attack?
Let's just say that the mouse doesn't like mothers.
Uh-oh.
There you go. This evil comes after you. There is only one. There you go.
There's only one thing I could do.
There you go. See, it's the crown, but it was the mom who put the spell on the crown. So technically, it is the mother's love thing.
Why would
Lemuria hear my plea? Protect my daughter from the... Oh, sorry. That's you. Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
Protect my daughter from the hand that poisoned me. Oh, she was poisoned by poison.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Bring her to your altar. I have to rhyme in my dying words. A spell I cast upon my death. I seal it with my final breath.
Well, to be fair, aren't spells usually told in rhyme, though?
Not all, but again, it's just funny that her dying words are rhyming.
Alright. Well, regardless of whatever it is, if it's the father, the mother, whatever, it's...
Anyway, who's this character that is about to meet?
Aurora? Wait.
No, I was saying to Pedro in terms of voicing.
Oh, that. I guess Teo can do it, why not? Since Teo hasn't done much voicing.
Wait, there's a new character coming up?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Jova. In the darkest hour, the help may come from the least suspect. That song. I know the melody.
I wonder if that's her father, but cursed to look like a beast while he's in a deep slumber.
I heard it played by my lady, the Queen of Light.
Turns out it was the mother who taught Aurora the main theme of the game.
You're a child who fights the dark.
Yeah, light and darkness, darkness and light, blah blah blah.
You will stop the fiendish night.
Oh my god, even he's rhyming.
It had to rhyme. It was
rhyming. How can I?
Look inside yourself.
By beating the living shit out of everyone.
Alright, it's time to grow some... Well, actually, no, you can't grow some balls. It's time to get some guts and take your kingdom.
A little girl who has lost her way.
Pedro, she can grow balls, metaphorically.
I guess, sure.
Well, it is just a saying, so...
Anyway,
You know what, never mind. Metaphorically, let's just keep it at that.
She wants to go home. Oh,
come on, girl. You have to pull a Nino Kuni 2 and take back your kingdom.
Okay.
Coward! Is that what your mother would say?
Don't you know?
Excuse me. Who are you even to tell me these things?
If she were alive today?
I am your father.
No, please. You have to leave your castle.
No, I'm pretty sure that's her father. Cursed to look like
no,
that.
It's not.
He's
to face the world on your own.
The father's dead. He's not coming back.
Oh. Oh.
For what it truly is.
Oh, so that's why she's trapped in a dream world instead of killed. Thanks to the crown.
To find your real home.
Exactly, Jova. Unfortunately, we couldn't say it until this point because spoilers.
Although I will say this, though, gameplay story segregation-wise...
If I aid you, swear to me, you will the darkness fight.
Does this mean that essentially she was guaranteed to win every fight since she could never be killed in the dream world?
True. It's kind of like in Lost Odyssey where you're fighting as a group of immortals, even though you can still die in the battles. Go ahead,
Undertale did the whole immortal protagonist thing best.
I swear.
She's doing even the same gesture.
There you go. This is her new sprite. There you go. She swears that she'll take back the kingdom.
Now be strong. Get ready for battle.
But first, I probably should find out how to get you out from there.
I will free you from your shackle.
I will say, it'll be interesting if it turns out that every character she's met in this world is a parallel to someone she knows in the real world.
No, we're not doing the Wizard of Oz that route. It's interesting, though.
They're too busy doing Cinderella at the moment.
Oingus, so that's the name of a new party member. It's interesting also because it's not the
Chapter
first time...
the highest of the high.
It's not the first time a Ubisoft game did this type of story, but I cannot say you more because it's tied to a spoiler for a future game we're gonna do.
So let me guess, we have to get the rest of our party back so that they can join us for our final moment of triumph.
Essentially, yeah. But yeah, let me talk about as well for these final bits about Oengus. I'll talk about more the gameplay later, but essentially, he's from a warrior tribe. What you're seeing that he's wearing is actually a mask. We never see what his face looks like.
Of course.
It's very interesting. For the little backstory that they gave, it's actually really interesting what they went with this character. Although,
do we ever get backstory on how he knew her mother?
Yeah, if you complete his the side quest that is tied to him, yeah. Essentially, his entire race wore their allegiance to the Queen of Light, so it's a tradition passed on by his tribe.
And why is he working for the Dark Queen?
He wasn't.
He had no choice.
He was biding his time until he could properly act.
That reminds me, I'm weird though that he has a side quest considering what stage of the game we get him as a party member.
That's because the side quest happens in this very same castle that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we'll see it.
It's right immediate. Anyway,
it's not even much of a side quest. It's technically optional. It's just that the game blatantly points you to it, so you might as well just do it. So it's not like it's Anyway, see you for the next part, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.